Hey, hi everyone, and today we will see how we can install Playwright as per the latest release. Today is 2025 March 15th. So let's see how we can utilize the Playwright framework and how we can install it. And as we know, Playwright is a very powerful tool to perform a web automation. So let's see how we can download the and download process and installation process of Playwright, and then we'll see how we can run this test and all, right? So this is the latest version. Right now we are having 1.51. If you go to the Playwright website, official website, if you search for Playwright and it will playwright.dev, then it will open up the Playwright official website. If you go to the docs, and here you can see the release notes and also installation steps and some guidance, all about documentation, how we can work with the Playwright. So let's get into quickly how we can install Playwright, right? So if you see in the installation panel, so if you see, so there is something about introduction here, like how many browsers it supports, what is exactly the Playwright, what is the use of a Playwright. So this is all about, and here we have a step-by-step procedure how we can install. So if you see, there is a command so normally this tutorial is about Playwright using TypeScript, so we'll go with npm. So if any other environments you're going to use in order to install Playwright, you can use these. For Python you can use pnpm, and then for the Linux you can use an. For Node.js environment, you can use npm. So today we're gonna use the command which they are suggesting us to use for installation, and let's see how it will work. So let's me create one new folder, and then we can start from there. So let me create a new folder here. Any drive you can choose, it's not something specific to E drive. You can create a folder in any of your local computer location. It's not that to specific drive. So let me name it as Playwright practice, and then open up. So when you click on an address bar, and you can open up a command prompt. So it is very easy to use Playwright in VS Code. So please install VS Code in your local machine. So installation process you can find it in any other YouTube channel or any other resources. You can go through, even you can type simply download VS Code for Windows. This is actually the integrated development environment. So it's one of the IDE which we can do coding here. So here we have a lot of options. Visual Studio will have its own plugins and lot of flexibility to work with a few tools. So you can simply go and download it for Windows and then install it. And there you can download the installer and do a click next and install. It is very simple. Once you install the VS Code and go to the folder location where I have opened it and type code dot, so it will open up this folder in VS Code. This is a shortcut command to open the project in VS Code. And if in case if you get this option, you can go ahead with S. And then to open up a command prompt or terminal in this location, click on Ctrl J and it will open up a terminal. So what we have to do now, we have to install Playwright here. So before that I forgot, so you have to install Node.js in order to work with the Playwright, because Playwright built on top of a Node.js environment. So without Node.js environment we cannot install Playwright. So you have to install Node.js and go to command prompt. Once you install the Node.js and type node ---- version, and then it will give you the result as version. It means you have installed Node.js successfully, right? So that's how you have to install Node.js properly. If you don't get this, add Node.js a folder path to environment variables in computer properties. Then you can try with this command, and we can close this. Just to open up the project in VS Code, I have opened the command prompt. You can close this now, and you go ahead with the installation. So as of today, we would want to proceed with the new release as is suggested. npm init playwright at latest, and this is a command we wanted to use if you would wanted to install a specific if you would wanted to install a latest version. Otherwise you have to mention any specific release 1.42 like that, but as of now, as of today, I would wanted to go with the latest version. So I'm just clicking enter here. So it will take some time and it will ask few questions how project has to be set up. So those options we have to provide, and this installation process again depends on the network speed that we are having at our home or at our office, whatever. So it will take some time. Just wait for a moment. Yeah, sorry, there was a network glitch, so I don't know, somehow the network is getting disconnected. Just wait a minute. Yeah, so we're going to create as Playwright with using TypeScript. So we can select our TypeScript as a programming language and click enter, and where to put your end-to-end tests, right? So this folder is, we can leave it as default. Normally in any development projects or testing projects, we do maintain tests in test folder only, so you can leave it as default, or otherwise you can change it. It won't affect anything, but the only thing is that we have to configure this again in playwright config.ts, where we do all the configuration, and then we have to select a git or action workflow option. As of now we can skip because we are not going to integrate to git at this point of time, so leave it at default and click enter. And then it is asking for to install all the browsers. Install Playwright browsers can be done manually via npx playwright install. Any option you can choose, yes or no. If you choose no, we have to again perform this npx playwright install, then it will install all the browsers, Chrome, Edge and Firefox and WebKit. All the browsers will get installed once you perform this. And then if you go with the true, it will initialize the project and it will install all the dependencies required for the Playwright, and also it will install the all the dependencies. So as I said, we have we have not selected to install the Chromium browsers and all, right? So you can perform that command here, npx install Playwright, and then it will install all the required browsers for us. And By this time the Playwright was installed successfully, because if you see, once we install Playwright successfully, we will get this message saying happy hacking. Maybe the command I have entered it as wrong, I believe. Yeah, npx playwright install. I have typed it as npx install playwright. So npx, let me retry it again. Npx playwright install, and yeah, I think the browsers are already installed in my local machine, because earlier also I have created a project. Maybe the default path will be a temp folder, so there the browsers will be available. That's why it's giving it's not giving any results as such, so we can ignore this. So that's how we have to set up the uh, Playwright project, Playwright framework. And this is in a very initial stage, and once you, by default, once you configure the Playwright project, it will give you some default tests. If you see here in the right side panel, there are tests and test examples. As of now, we can delete this test example, we don't need this. And if you see tests, and again we have one more there are some sample tests which provided by the Playwright. So I recommend use VS Code, because VS Code has a very good flexibility when it comes to Playwright. Even Playwright has its own custom plugin to run and manage Playwright scripts. So just that you have to go to a extensions tab here and search for a Playwright. I'm getting some network glitches, so that's why we are not able to fetch the just a minute, fetch the result. Let me reconnect to a different network. Yeah, let me try for this. Yeah, this is the one we have to download from, which is from Microsoft, and currently I have already installed. In your case, you have to click on install button, and then we can get an option for this project. Okay, let me recheck or restart the plugin. Let me enable it again. Yeah, see, if you see, once you hover on the code of left side panel, then you can see all the run options will be available. If you disable it, you may not get this option. So if you see, if I disable this and go back to, if I reload project, just a minute. If I reopen this file, you may not see, or if it won't work. Maybe we have to use any browser session, or let's see, maybe if I uninstall this and if I go back to a spec file, I may have to reload this. Yeah, sorry, here there is a refresh explorer. If I refresh it, okay, what's going on here? Let me reopen my project. And now see, you can't find any options to run here. Maybe we have to reload entire project to see the changes are affected or not. So now that, see this, if you don't install Playwright plugin which is provided by the Microsoft, it is bit weird that we have to go to script, we have to open the package.json, and we have to test, we have to create a test script here using npx command, npx playwright test. So what it will do is it will come here, and this again you have to enable in npm scripts, you have to enable here in the explorer options. There is a three dots, right? You have to click on this, you have to select this. If you deselect this, you can't see the option here. If you click on here and if you click on npm scripts, again you can see here, right? So here you have to run this command. So what it will do, it will run all the tests available in the Playwright as of now. Maybe it's a test. Let's Playwright test. Yeah. Yes, it's not test, it's a test, so that's why it is failed earlier. No worries on that. See, if you see, there are running 6 tests using 4 workers. So Playwright currently running scripts parallelly. So why there are 6 tests? If you see here, we have only 2 tests, right? So by default, Playwright enables the three browsers. So all 2 tests run parallelly in all 3 browsers. So 3 into ultimately 2, it's a 6, right? So that's why we are seeing a result as 6 here. So you can we can disable this as of now by commenting it. We can use only Chromium so that we can reduce some execution time. Yeah. And also, yeah, as I said, this is how you have to run tests manually if you don't have the plugin, but I suggest you to have a plugin. So if you search for Playwright again, see there is a spell mistake. Yeah, this one we have to install, which is from Microsoft. There is a blue tick mark available, and this you can see the downloads as well, 1.3 million downloads over the internet. So you can click on this and you can install it. Once you install, automatically it will get enabled, or you can even enable it for a specific workspace that I can show you later. So once you install that plugin, you will get this extra option. So if you want to run tests from here, you can run from individual tests from here as well. In the left side panel, you can see there is a run buttons of each test. If you click on here, so it will perform a test, running one test using one worker, right? Similarly for other. Individually also you can run and check and debug when it comes to a real-time scenario in a framework. If not, you can go directly to this testing tab, which was come from the Playwright plugin, which is provided by the Microsoft again. Just have to elaborate this. You can see this is like a bitter dashboard. It's look like bitter dashboard. So you can see the file name is example spec.ts, and the test has title and get started link, and tests also you can run individually. If you want to run entire spec file, you can directly click on here. It will run 2 tests now. If you see the browser running 2 tests using 2 workers. This is how we have to run. So right now we are executing scripts till now in headless mode only, right? So we want to see whether how it will work in headed mode. It means it has to open the browser and perform the test. So simple, there is a file called playwright config.ts. You just have to open that. In the projects settings, can turn on a flag. Sorry, not in the project settings. In the use settings, you can give a comma and headless, and you can mention this as false, right? So I don't want to execute scripts as headless, that's why I have make this boolean flag as false. If I run now, if I go here and run now, it will see here it's open up, it's open. See, it's very quick that we cannot able to see the browsers. So let me re-execute. See the browsers, it opened up the browser and tests are passed. See here. So this is how we have to configure the Playwright project, and this is how we need to run the Playwright tests in a simple manner. So going forward we'll see the other features as well, and yeah, this is how we have to install the Playwright. Thank you for watching, and bye bye.